You're going to get hurt. You think you're invincible? You put your bike on the couch? Yeah, I've won lots of Magic Online leagues with really bad decks. Well, opponent is disconnected, so I'm going to eat a snack here real quick. Thanks for hanging out, folks. Hopefully he's not actually disconnected because we have to do the old 12-minute wait. That would be annoying. I guess we could play some agar.io while we wait. Hopefully he Inquisition does next turn. In the meantime, let's get aggressive. I haven't seen the Darkspire deck for a little while. This deck does have a lot of draw power in it, though. You know, like one Thunderfield Elder on the right thing, or Land Pause Sight. We can get right back in the game. He's drawing here, so he's down to 14. So he probably got Vampires in his main deck, I'd assume. Well, I wanted to get Inquisition last turn, not this turn, so good beats, I guess. Alright, that's the thing, I guess. Do I want to play into Extinction? God, I feel like I don't. Yeah, I'm not going to play into Extinction. I'm going to hold my champion power for now. He has to answer this Bumblebot, and unless he has Reap, he probably has to Extinction to get it off the board. Alright, and he got to search with his dork, so that's good for him. I'm just going to play this to apply pressure. I'm throwing away the Zigamot's game, but Zigamot's game isn't particularly good against this deck anyways, so let's me play an action to activate that, get our combat training on here, and start attacking. Has a second extinction. Okay. That's what he needed. Looking for a landing pause site. I could get punished for being aggressive with this, but I feel like I'm supposed to be aggressive with this. Like, now we've got Rage Fires in our deck that do 4. This is really aggressive. I think I'm gonna wait one turn. I could combat training his dork and then crack for 1, but I think that that's too aggro. Well, we put up quite a fight for mulliganing to 5 and then having, 7 shards and 13 cards. We're not dead yet, but we're definitely getting there. Alright, cool. Crackling Bolt you to 5. Hopefully he doesn't have burn. If he doesn't have burn, we've got a bunch of draws to kill him next turn. Yep. All the things. Now I believe we're drawing dead. Opponent complaining that he didn't have a ruby shard. I handed Gallows Ghast. Yeah, sure, bud. You do you. Complaining about getting unlucky to your opponent that isn't actually playing the game is kind of BM. To each their own. Zygamot's game is not great. Transmogrifate is. Oracle Song seems medium. I think I want Crackling Wicks. I think I want to be aggressive in this matchup. I think I want the Gobblers against his deck that has Extinction in it. So let's try this. I wonder if I want these songs. Pretty good in these grindy matchups, but just killing him with Knob Gobblers probably better. Got 2 Gobblers I added to the board for these Extinction matchups, and they've been reasonable. Opponent has burn, but we've got a lot of things that they need to burn. Seems medium. There's a lot of potential. It's got a Starcaller in it, so I just need to find a Prophecy Dork. No, I haven't really been looking at spoilers just yet. In all honesty, I've got so much going on Magic-wise, I'm probably not really going to dig into the spoilers till after the Jersey Invitational. The events these next 2 weekends are pretty important to me. Sure. I'm just gonna shock him and then make a bot and attack. Oh, I can combat training the bot too? Yeah, it seems good. This isn't a bad turn. Get to get 4 points of damage in and get a Bumblebot going with combat training. Not playing this combat training out in the event he has a burn. Would rather keep it in my hand rather than possibly have one more point of damage. Yeah. I'm also just going to go ahead and take this Rage Fire and point it at his dome. I don't want him to Inquisition it if he draws a second blood. I also would like Rage Fires to do 6 damage to be in my deck everywhere. Alright. That's pretty good. God bless America. Seriously? Alright, well, now we just can't win if he has burn, so we're just going to combat training this up and hope he doesn't have another one, I guess. That's just, I'm so done. Just get out of here. Let's try again. You've just been getting ranched today. There's like 6 1-drops that are bad out of like 40. That's one of them. Fuck, I'm keeping 1 shard Arcane Focus. We're done. We're done. We're done. We're keeping it. On the draw too, yeah. Gotta be fun. I should probably just play Yodel. The power level of that deck's higher. We didn't find a ruby shard, but I don't know, we're kind of doing stuff, kind of. 2 more looks at a ruby here. 1 failed look, 2 failed looks. It's a shard at least. Pass the turn, I suppose. Take my castable, I'm sure. Wow, okay. Maybe as a Vampire King he wants to be able to stick. And the second Rage Fire would be able to kill that. Well, we got a good one that copies at least. Crackling Bolts your face. Crack you for 3. We can dodge Extinction for a little bit here. We'll be in a good spot. Really, Toddler? Okay, sure. So I assume I'm losing my game on my Rage Fire? Oh, okay. Sure. No reason to play this other shard out here. Oracle Song, again, looking to dodge Extinction. It's a terrifying card. We're really bad at drawing Lightning Pulsite today. Never hold 2 shards, but holding 1 is fine. Yeah, any of the spoilers that you talk about of Gen Con could definitely change a little bit here and there. Probably just getting buried by his card advantage at this point. I suppose we could draw up into our own at some point, but... Yep. Yep. Alright, well. I'm sure this is going to kill all 3 of our guys. In a perfect world, this kills... Oh, this had draw a card on it? Oh, that's not bad. Kill one of our guys? Sweet. Okay, well, that's good for us at this point. Because now we get to... Huh. I didn't realize this had draw a card on it. We are less screwed than first implied. And this one resolves and comes back to our hand. Okay. Alright, so what do we want to do now? Huh. So I could just cash in. So I've got 2 of these Zygomots games that copy and draw cards. I think I'm actually just going to play this as a 1-cost draw 2 at this point. And then I think I'm just... Nah, I'm going to play the Arcane Focus. Might as well get deeper in my deck and discard some shards. That's fine. So we're going to have to discard 3 shards, but that's probably fine. And that's where the Prophecy Burn deck shines over the Yodel deck. This deck draws a lot of cards when it gets going. Mass Poly Dinglers, that copies itself, sure. So he gets to take the Thunderfield Seer out of my hand. So next turn we get to go Sight into Arcane Focus into Bumblebot, and alright, we get to go Sight into Thunderfield Elder into Arcane Focus into Bumblebot. Rage Fire that copies itself, sign me up. The Prophecy mechanic is so messed up. It's so powerful. Alright, well, I'm glad I took one of the Prophesied cards off the top of my deck there. There's Vampire King, sure. Next turn we get to Zygomots game. I guess I could just Rage Fire my way through this. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna... So I'm gonna Rage Fire, and this copies when we play it. So the first one I want to target here, and then the copy I want to target him. So this resolves second, so it'll do 4. Play this Dingler. And so, I'm going to draw a bunch of cards. Because it's likely that our opponent is able to kill our things and prevent us from winning the game anyways. So playing this kills our things and then returns these Zygomots games to our hand. And now we got to draw our prophesized cards too. So we're very likely winning the game. Is that a real card? That can't be a real card, right? I just click... What? Destroy target opposing troop, then void each opposing troop with the same name in hands or decks. I guess it's hands or decks and not both. It doesn't do hands and decks. It's hands or decks. So you choose between their hand or their deck. That card is still very good. Case I'm pretty sure everyone else figured that out, but it's real good. Huh. So Burn's not great. Oracle Song, Crimson Bolt, Flickering Gobbler are all cards I think I want. Crackling Bolt I could cut. It's probably fine. I wouldn't hate some Transmogs. It's like extra way to kill a vampire, trade 1 combat training out. Yeah, let's do this. Yep, hand's great. I have no idea. In theory, it's supposed to update. Look and see how recently it says it was updated. In theory, it's supposed to auto-sync. In actuality, the auto-sync doesn't always work. So look when it says what the last update day was. So we'll get to Thunderfields here and then immediately Arcane Focus here, which is good because that way if our opponent hits Relentless Corruption, we should be able to get our Prophecy card into our hand before they take it away. Howdy, V-Trop. Want to put Sight? Sure. I'm going to go ahead and focus here, see what we find. Ragefire Ancient. Ragefire Ancient. I'm going to get Ancient here. He may or may not have Extinction in his deck post reserves. He probably does. This makes him have it. It's still a powerful card. Like 3 cost unconditional removal is great. It depends. You're playing Blood, so like if you're curving this off of Inquisition, like there's a lot of possibility for just like information for you to be known. Yeah, quick. The fact that it's unconditional and quick is huge. He took the wrong Crimson Bolt. Probably didn't notice one was prophesized. Huh. Do I Gobbler here? I feel like I Gobbler here. Yeah, I'm going to Gobbler here, and I'm going to Transmog my Bumblebot post-combat, I think. If he doesn't kill the Gobbler. And he's killing the Gobbler, so that's fine. Oh, I want to wait to do this because I have another shard, so I can go ahead and put another Bumblebot into play. Huh. Yeah, I think I'm just going to game here. 33% chance to be super happy with this decision. 50% chance to be happy with this decision. Has a kiss in his hand, sure. Not happy with this decision. We played the game and we lost. This is going to get kissed, I assume. Yep. Yeah, not winning this game. Yep. Well, I guess we could run the perfects from here and maybe win. That is not step 1 in the perfects. It's unfortunate. Oh no, it's a shard that draws him a card. It's terrifying. Another, yep. Alright, let's get game 3 on the play here. Seems very good. Whether or not a card is good or not is usually defined by whether or not it's constructed playable, just for reference, at least in my opinion. Most cards are limited playable. Alright, well, if he doesn't have... He likely will have a 3-cost removal for this, but in a world where he doesn't, we get to run away with this game. Snowball. This hand is everything we want and so much more, just landing pause sites and Oracle songs. I mean, oh no! The post-combat Bumblebot of shame! Shame. 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 So this is getting kissed, killed, or reaped. So hopefully we draw a shard that draws a card here. Okay. And now if this draws the action that draws a card, it'll double up with this. That's pretty good. Now the question is, am I supposed to play this? Yeah, I think I am. This makes him need to have extinction. Even if he adds extinction here, we're still going to be in an okay spot. Alright, good beats. So I'm going to play this. And now the question is, do I want an Oracle Song here or Lanu Pause Sight? Lanu Pause Sight is pretty bad against a Relentless Corruption here. But if he doesn't have Relentless Corruption, we just instantly bury him. I think I want to be conservative and just Oracle Song, because I feel like we're ahead right now, and I really want to stay ahead. Watch us just, like, not even draw the action that this would have prophesized on. All right, sweet. So we hit that, which is actually great, because this means we can play Lanupause Sight and then play this Arcane Focus and immediately draw the cards we prophesized, ideally. Which is how we play around Relentless Corruption a little bit here, because like him getting to corruption our cards that we Lanupause Sight is an easy way for him to win the game. And we just want to draw as many cards as possible, basically, and just bury him. Nope. I hate that they switch. I hate that they switch places. Caught myself that time, though. So let's play this and draw a card. Trying to find the troop that we prophesized onto, ideally. Let's Rage Fire you. Oh, jeez. That's the first time I've done that, because I haven't had Gobblers in the board of this deck for very long. But, you know, Knob Gobbler, Lanupause Sight, not bad. We have a game, as the kids say. 3 of these 4 cards are prophecies, and they're all pretty good. And this one's even pretty good on its own. Yeah, man, you got a princess. God, it's nice to be on this side of the Blood Sapphire deck being helpless. So, the fact that he did that makes me want to not Knob Gobbler him this turn, which might be wrong, but I think I want to do this. Alright, he kissed our guy for free. That's fine. So, I think I'm going to post-Combat Gobbler to draw a card. Yeah, I'm going to play this, and then I'm going to post-Combat Gobbler to draw a card, and it'll go back to our hand at end step. And if he has removal for this, he has removal for this, but I'm just doing it because if he doesn't, now it comes back to our hand, and we got to draw a card off of it. Unfortunately, we did not draw the action that we Thunderfield Elder onto, so hopefully he doesn't Relentless Corruption and take that from us this turn. We have Rage Fire to deal with this dork, which is excellent. So let's start by Rage Firing this guy and see what we draw. Ooh, I found a piece of candy. Ooh, more candy. Yep, he killed my Goobler. That's fine. The Uber Goobler. Just like casual draw 4 hanging out in our hand here. I'm going to play the Thunderfield Elder and then play the Shard. We're a little flooded. I guess we're not really flooded because we've just like drawn so many cards. We're going to draw a lot of shards. We're through 25 cards. We have 12 shards and 25 cards. That's probably pretty close to 1 standard deviation within the mean. All right, there's Relentless Corruption, so hopefully he doesn't find the thing that we copied. There was a little bit of a risk there. It's possible I should have waited to do this until I could Oracle Song on the same turn. I mean, this deck is not a straight burn. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Just super. Okay, yeah, that was... I should have just drawn 4 cards. So we went from commanding position to losing. And we drew a shard there, so probably ended up taking... God bless it. And we knew he had Inquisition in his deck post board because he should definitely have that. Yeah, that was just a mistake on my part. Completely 100% should have just drawn 4 cards. And now we could very easily lose this game. And if we do, it is definitely my fault. Alright, maybe there's hope that he didn't Relentless Corruption into our card here. Oh, Rage Fire forgives all sins. Turns out, card's busted. Kill you. So, Rage Fire, for those that don't know, does 2 damage. The next copy does 2 more damage. So that first one did 6, and the next one did 8, which was conveniently 14. Oh no! Don't take a nap, Hex. Welcome back, Monty. Thank you for not ghosting. I appreciate that. GG's. I really messed up letting you Inquisition my Oracle Song. I should have just played the Oracle Song to draw 4 cards instead of playing the Thunderfield Elder. It ended up working out for me, but I could have gotten very punished. Alrighty. Thanks for hanging out this afternoon, everyone. We're just ranking up in some ladder. So for those of you that didn't hear, at the end of this season, everyone in the top 64 of the constructed ladder and the top 64 of the limited ladder are getting invited to a tournament that's paying out $5,000 total in cash prizes to the top players that finish in that tournament. So my goal is to try and pad my ranking up here a little bit. It's definitely going to get tougher to stay at the top of the ladder now that there's a real prize attached to it. So we're 37th right now. Hopefully we're going to be able to battle our way back up over the next couple of weeks. I can't play on the weekends when I'm traveling as much, so although this weekend I'm spending some time in airport, so I'll be able to play then, which is nice. New Jersey I'm driving, though, so I'm not really going to be able to play while driving. Mill Champion, probably pretty good against our Prophecy deck. Well, let's say it's fine. Are we in a net positive position from where we started? I'm not sure. No! 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 So, I was clicking too quickly and didn't readjust that I drew this Crackling Bolt. I'm just rage firing his Dome now that I already played the second. Second Ruby Shard, but when I drew the Crackling Bolt, I should have played Sapphire, Crackling Bolted him, and then made a Bumblebot. This season ends at the end of the month. Opponent just willy-nilly used their champion power. Well, I'm going to go ahead and play Lanipois Light then. I wasn't going to be able to do that if they were holding up their... So their champion buries the top 2 cards of target player's deck. Looks like they're playing like Mono Sapphire Spiders, but... Whenever you play an action, put 3 spiders in your opponent's deck. Alright, well... So much for that one. How are we going to get... Oh, wait! Oh, this is hot. There's a combat training that got prophesized, and we have the other combat training in our hand. So, we're going to hit him with this, and get both our combat trainings back here. Including the one that draws a card... Kill this dork. Go ahead. So that could have worked out worse for us, that's for sure. We actually haven't hit the troop that got prophesized by the Lanipois site yet, so this is probably going to hit it, though. Yeah. That's right. We do have a particularly aggressive start, which is good for us. And he hasn't hit any spiders yet. I guess there's only 3 spiders in our deck. Why not just use burn? So I wanted to be resource efficient. Play around Transmogrifate here. Crunch. I'm going to replay this one that draws a card now in case it's something we want to play. Let's put 5 Ziggs in our deck and mills us. Sure. Get some spiders. So opponent is dead. Scale of 1 to dead. Where are they at here? I guess we need to draw any form of reach kills our opponent here. That's not reach. Although I guess we could still technically. We have the other combat training that draws a card when it hits. So we hit him for 7, down to 3. Get our combat trainings back. Play the one that draws a card. And if we get burn our crackling bolt or rage fire, he is dead. And we hit a burn. All right. Did you? All right. So the prophecy cards are not stellar here. I'm gonna ditch the landing pause sites and bring in the Oracle songs and the Flickering Gobbler and the extra burns. Maybe I want the counter magic too. Thunderfield Elder's just not stellar. Maybe bring the Verdict of the Ancient Kings. Zigamot's game doesn't seem great. And play like one landing pause site. Because sometimes we can just like draw into it right away. Let's try this. Yep, I think this is fine. Combat training is really good. The one landing pause site that's in the deck, okay. Probably saving this landing pause site for a turn where we can play it and then immediately draw things right after. Yeah, that's definitely going to be the case. Exhaust target troops, sure. There's still no spiders in my deck. So I think I'm playing this. And I think I'm actually just going to burn him and then... Talonbreck with the 2-month resub. Thank you for the continued support. I do appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just going to combat training here. This is not good against Transmogrifade, but it's good otherwise. Alright, get my training back. And the good news is, if we find, like, one of the Oracle songs, you get to go sight into Oracle song with Starcaller Ancient in play, we're going to get to draw a lot of cards. Put some spiders in my deck. He gets to exhaust something. Look at you go. My 2/2 is exhausted. That attack's really aggressive. Play this. Combat training this guy. Yeah, I think I want to split him up here. He could chump here, but if he's chumping, I think I'm fine with that. Get my combat training back plan. This also lets me combat training this next turn and then be able to attack through his 1/4. Why burn face over the Coyote there? Because the Coyote really doesn't matter. Like, it's not really doing anything relevant or useful for our opponent. Like, we're winning the race here, so his 1/1's not doing a lot. Yeah, not a problem. You ever have a question about a line, feel free to ask. Questions are good. It's how we learn. So now I think we're going to... So my sequence ended up getting us slightly less damage overall, but now I'm going to Crackling Bolt his Thunderfields here. And the reason for this is I want my Starcaller Ancient to be able to attack through his 1/4 when I put this combat training on it. So Let's go ahead and do this. And if he wants to, like, use this as a gain 4 life, that's fine, but realistically, we're probably just crunching him for 7 here. Okay, then, sure. Goes to 15, get our combat training back, pass the turn. Peak, sure. So Peak, this is a card that doesn't see a ton of play anymore. You get to look at the top cards of your deck, you go to your Sapphire threshold, reveal one and put it into your hand. So you have to look at 4 cards there. Another 1, 4. Again, looking for like an Oracle Song or Arcane Focus, something that'll let us play this Llanowar Plus and then immediately draw the card that we prophesized. Okay, well, that's what we're looking for. So let's go ahead and sight first here. And then unfortunately, Arcane Focus won't trigger the Starcaller Ancient. But this will draw us a card that's hopefully prophesized. And then the Starcaller. Oh, he has to. Oh, this was bad sequencing on my part. This allowed him to gain some life and tap my guys. Wait, what? It bugged. That's really unfortunate. Well, I'm glad we're recording, and I guess I'll have to submit a bug report. But this says whenever you draw a prophesized card, create a copy of it. And we drew this, but these other triggers were happening. Oh. That's no bug. Okay, that's annoying. Okay, I guess you're technically correct, which is, one could argue, is the best kind of correct. I didn't draw it. Okay. I understand. We drew that one, though. Look at that. We definitely drew that one. Alright, we're off to the races now. Ooh. Kill this guy. Oh, you know what? I should be attacking first, because again, I'm going to hit spiders, and then he's going to get to tap my Bumblebots and not take damage from them. Well, Sand's getting like mass Polydinglered, which he can't play next turn. We should be okay here. I guess yesterday would be annoying. Ziggy, sure. Ziggy's cute with Chronic Madness. He should just be dead here, right? Yeah. Rawr. Attack for 8, and then lethal burn spells. 31. All right. Can we win? Can we win one more and push our way past 30? I've not been above 30 in a while since I left for the weekend. I was gone at Gen Con for the weekend. I'd like to break 30. I'd like to break 20. Like teens would be a good spot to be, I think. Llama-fi, that's excellent. Oh, that's too funny. That's great. Oh, the mirror. Alright, hopefully we are luckier than our opponent. It's a pretty good hand. We're on the draw, though. That's step one in being unlucky. Let's try and play better. Perfect world. Unfortunately, our Starcaller Ancient's not terribly like live. We have Ancient into Sight, which is one of our better curves if this lives, but the opponent will have a lot of removal, most likely. Alright, if we were going to draw more shards there, we ideally wanted them to be rubies so we could play this Ragefire, but meh. Hey, Tiger Sword. Oh, opponent's missing their third shard. That's great for us, obviously. Play this, play... They also kept a hand with no Sapphire in it, so... It's 7 cards. So, no tears. Right, looks like we are. Yeah, it's a little awkward. We do have Bambly bots, though. Our Bambly bot is going to town. Ragefire me, sure. Alright, another landing pod sites. We're just going to go ahead and Crackling Bolt my opponent. Oh, wait, this? No, it doesn't draw a card. Crackling Bolt my opponent for 3. Bambly bot, Lanipoise site. Hopefully find a Ruby Shard here at some point to unleash our rage. Despite all our rage, they're still just Bumblebots in cage. Okay, well if he just draws Rage Fires, we gonna die. Okay. Ruby Shard that draws 2 cards. Excellent. Let's play this Thunderfield out. Play this Ragefire. Roar! You have a 4th Ragefire? Oh, gosh! I need to stop saying things like that! Ah! Ah! Alright, God bless. Yeah, Ragefire Mirror. Alright. What a weird game. Alright. Well then. It's got the Zygomots games, bring in the extra burdens. Gobbler's pretty good in the mirror. Extra removal. Crackling Wit. I think the mirror's more about being able to interact with our opponent than Crackling Wit accelerating out the Bambly bots. I'm going to cut the Crackling Bolts, I think. Again, for that same reason, we're bringing in more instant speed interaction. Some of these might be fine. I'm not sure what else I'd want to cut. Yeah, I think I'm just going to trim those. Let's give this a go. Do we just like keep the same hand our opponent kept last game? No, we're gonna mulligan this. Seems really good. We're on the draw. Who would keep this? Chat? Chat? Okay, I'm gonna let chat decide. We're up on clock. Go ahead. Tell me if you'd keep this. We're on the draw. It seems really good if we hit a Sapphire Shard. Anyone? Bueller? We're at 7. I told off my opponent for keeping this hand at 7 last time. They were on the play though. Anyone? Bueller? We're at 7. I told off my opponent for keeping this hand at 7 last time. They were on the play though. Anyone? Bueller? We're at 7. I told off my opponent for keeping this hand at 7 last time. They were on the play though. Hand's medium. Plays Hex. This hand plays Hex at least. The other hand might not have played Hex. Look, all I'm saying is you will never lose a game because you mulligan to 5 if you always keep 7. And that's just fact. It's not even an opinion. It's 100% fact that you will never lose a game because you mulligan to 5 if you always keep 7. Just good clean factual information. Sight's pretty good. Man, the choices. I'm going to leave our Bambly bot on defense, I think. We're going to need him to catch up this game. Opponent's already played a Lanopois Sight, so getting ready to bury us in cards. Okay, this is a combination of cards that could get us back, that could, propel us to victory in this game. Thunderfield, Seer, and Elder hitting the same card means whatever we hit is going to split and draw 2 cards now. This Thunderfield Elder doubles up the Seer's ability, so if we hit whatever they prophesied onto in the next probably 2 draw steps, we should be in an okay spot, depending on how nuts our opponent's hand is right now. Well, killing both of our guys is pretty good. Oh, just killing one and then killing me? Maybe he has a burn, too. I'm going to trade here, and then we're going to Crimson Bolt down this guy next turn. Drawing shards is not where we want to be in life. I'm going to put a stop during my opponent's ready step and Crimson Bolt his Thunderfield Elder during that time. The reason why I want to put a stop during my opponent's ready step is because occasionally people bring in cards like Verdict of the Ancient Kings in the mirror. I don't think you should, but some people do. And if they do have counter magic in their deck like that, I want them to spend their resources on their turn cycle as opposed to getting to spend it on the previous turn cycle. And he brought in Verdict. And again, the reason why I don't like Verdict of the Ancient Kings in this matchup is because it's very, very bad to prophesize Thunderfield Elder onto. And see, now he doesn't have any resources up because I made him use his resources on his turn. He only has 1 up now. So if we hit our action, that's good. We could be okay. And, okay, we drew another shard. And scale of 1 to dead, very likely at the dead end of the scale now that we're taking 7, just like did any burn spell. And again, took the best percentage plays we had, but just making the right plays doesn't mean you're always going to win. All right, we did this champion power. Yeah, I think I'm okay with how we boarded. Hey, I'm gonna cut the... No, I guess I'm not. I say we could cut the combat trains and bring crackling bolts back in, but combat train's fine. Let's go to a flickering gobbler. Rough beats. Unkeepable 7, medium 6. Alright, went to 6 as well. We got that going for us. Went to 5. Hopefully his 5 is poop. Again, these decks unmulligan themselves pretty well if they have the right sequence of cards. Like Lanopois Sight is just worth so many cards. That's exactly how it works, Immortals. The illusion of choice. Ooh, no Sapphire. So I was just going to Rage Fire and then Bambly bought him, but drawing Elder sounds like something I want to get online ASAP. Now we're just going to go ahead and Rage Fire his face, and then get our Bambly bot going. His deck doesn't seem to be any different than the version of the deck that we're playing, which is very similar to the one I originally started with. Just basically some board tweaks. Getting burned or Crimson Bolted, I assumed here. Which is fine, like he's trading a card for a champion activation. Oh, our opponent's username is Future. It might be kind of hard to see. The text is kind of small. We just refer to this archetype that I'm playing as Prophecy Burn, because it utilizes the prophecy mechanic. You know, it's very possible these Transmogre Fades aren't good in this matchup. Okay, that's not bad. Rage Fire the copies, casual tenue. Get these Rage Fires back into my deck. And the reason why I'm just casting that aggressively like that is because now either of those Rage Fires that just both went back into our deck kill our opponent, because they'll do 8 and then 10 damage. I'm going to be a little aggressive here and transmog my own guy so I can... Well, that worked out. I was hoping to get like a 2-power guy at least out of it, but this lets me activate Morgan McBombus, which I was a little... You know, we could get punished for being aggressive like that there for sure. You know, he hits Sapphire and then unlocks his hand. Yep, should definitely kill my Bambly bot there. Okay, his hand's open. And we are on empty. The Transmogre Feed wasn't going to do a ton anyways, but we are on empty now. 8 shards and 12 cards. And two of our cards that weren't shards just looked at other cards, one found the other, which found a shard, so we've basically had 2 non-shards this game. And Screw generally beats Flood. Well, our upcoming action, if we ever live to get there, is going to be fairly good. Give me a sweet action dealer, please, Kismet. Please, Kismet. Even doing the same hand gestures, that's funny. I mean, come on, the finger pistols are pretty universal. I'd be hard pressed to claim ownership over finger pistols. If we keep up like this, I might call it early. It's really very frustrating. I feel like we've gotten... Again, I've said a couple of times that sometimes there's just things you can't do to control, but... You know, this is 10 shards and 15 cards. 2 of our non-shards just found other shards. Don't multiple Phoenix me. He had as many Phoenixes and 20 cards as we did. Yep. Good beats. Good beats. And you know, there's a lot of desire, like even I feel it, to like salt in chat here, but that's just, you know, that's just the game. And if you can't be okay with that, you just can't play. Let's play a different deck. That's always a good time to change up the pace.